Hi, this is the Black Mormon Reader, and I will be reading verses from the second chapter of the book of Alma. This takes place in the 5th year of Alma's reign as the first judge of the people in the land of Zarahemla. In the 5th year, there began to be a contention among the people for a certain man being called Alma. Alma appears to have been a politician and not a religious leader. Alma has, by his cunning, drew away many people after him, and so much so that they began to be very powerful, and they began to endeavor to establish Alma as a king over the people. And this was alarming to the people of the church, and also to those people who had been drawn away after his persuasion, for they knew, according to their law, that such thing must be established by the voice of the people. So Alma is a politician. He causes contention among the people, but what's interesting here is that the people must make a decision. Do they want to be ruled by a king, or do they want to be ruled by a church leader? So this is a separation between the church and the state. Who is going to be head of the government? The church leader or a king? Okay. And it came to pass that the people assembled themselves together throughout all the land of Zarahemla, every man according to his mind, whether it would be for or against Alma. They did assemble themselves together and cast their voices. They cast their votes. Remember, only the men are casting their votes. And it came to pass that the voice of the people came against Alma, that he was not made king of the people. So they decided to let the church head the state. But Alma did stir up those who were in his favor to anger against those who were not in his favor. And it came to pass that they gathered themselves together and did consecrate Alma to be their king. So they succeed from the land of Zarahemla. They succeed, and they set up their own little country, within the country. This is much like what happens during the Civil War in the United States of America. And now Alma was made king. When Alma was made king, he commanded them that they should take up arms against their brethren. So now we are going to war. Now the people of Alma were called by the name of Amlicites. So now they become the Amlicites. And therefore the other people were the Nephites. And thus they prepared to meet the Amlicites at the time of their coming. So now we got it set up for a great battle. Now Alma, being the chief judge and the governor of the people of Nephi, he headed the army. So he leads them into battle. The Lord did strengthen the hand of the Nephites, and they slew the Amlicites with a great slaughter, insomuch that they were slain of the Amlicites 12,532 souls, and they were slain of the Nephites 6,562 souls. And it came to pass that when Alma could pursue the Amlicites no longer, he caused that his people should pitch their tents in the valley of Gilead. So we got this great battle, this great number slain, and Alma is pursuing them, and he decides to stop in the valley of Gilead, and he sends out spies to spy on those I'm sorry, those Amalekites, to realize, what's going on. He sends out 4 spies, and these 4 spies comes back, and they are telling him that the Amalekites have partners have partners with the Lamanites, and behold, they are coming on us, and they're coming on us fast. And it came to pass that the people of Nephi took their tents and departed out the valley of Gilead towards their city, which was the city of Zarahemla. So they take up these tents and they run back as fast as they can to Zarahemla. And behold, they were crossing the river Sidon, and the Lamanites and the Amalekites, being as numerous almost as there were the sands of the sea, came upon them to destroy them. So now we got a great battle coming on. They are overnumbered. Nevertheless, the Nephites, being strengthened by the hand of the Lord, having prayed mightily to him that he would deliver them out of the hands of their enemy, and therefore the Lord did hear their cries and did strengthen them, and the Lamanites and the Amalekites did fall before them. And it came to pass that Alma fought with Amalekiah with the sword, face to face. And Alma said, O Lord, have mercy and spare my life, that I might be an instrument in thy hands to save and preserve this people. When Alma had said this, he slew Amalekiah with the sword, and he also contended with the king of the Amalekites. And the Lamanites fled before Alma, and Alma pursues, and the Amalekites and the Lamanites. She slew the Lamanites, and he was slain many, and thus he cleared the ground which was on the west bank of Siddim, throwing the bodies of the Lamanites who had been slain into the waters of Siddim, and thereby the people might have room to cross and contend with the Lamanites and the Amalekites on the west side of the river. So they slew so many Lamanites and Amalekites that the bodies was able to make a bridge across that river to continue doing battle. That is a lot of death and destruction. Okay. And yea, they were met on every hand and slain and driven until they were scattered west and on the north until they reached the wilderness. So they crossed on these bodies, and they began to wholesale massacre of these Lamanites and these and these other people. And they came, and it came to pass that many died in the wilderness of their wounds, and was devoured by the wild beasts, and also by the vultures of the air, and their bones have been found and have been heaped and placed up on the earth. This was a wholesale slaughter, and they just took all the bodies and just piled them up. So you got mountains and mountains of human bodies dying and decaying. And on that note, until next time, this is the Black Mormon Reader.